Hello, it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to the programme. I'm Paul Clark.
And I'm Alison Fleming. Here are the top stories making the news this Friday evening.
Full police honours at the funeral of the murdered Constable.
Sinn Féin representatives offer a hand of condolence.
And Banbridge comes to a standstill as townsfolk remember.
Also on UTV Live this evening, you can find out why there's a new gatekeeper holding the keys to the gates along Londonderry's historic city walls.
For all of that, tonight's top story.
The town of Banbridge came to a standstill today for the funeral of Stephen Carroll. The Chief Constable told Stephen's widow Kate that he would never be forgotten.
Thousands lined the streets to pay their last respects, with Sinn Féin representatives attending the funeral of a murdered policeman for the very first time. Niall Donnelly reports.
A lone piper leads the funeral cortege on the journey from Constable Carroll's home to St Teresa's Church. His widow Kate, supported by her sister and son Shane. As the piper plays a lament, 6 colleagues of P.C. Carroll shoulder his coffin. The Chief Constable, Sir Hugh Ward, and many senior officers were joined at the Requiem Mass by the Garda Commissioner, Fachna Murphy, Northern Ireland Secretary, Sean Woodward, and Security Minister, Paul Goggins. Also there, the Irish Justice Minister, Dermot Ahern, and a representative of the US administration. Members of all the main political parties were there to pay their respects, but perhaps it was the presence of 2 Sinn Féin politicians at a murdered policeman's funeral for the first time that demonstrated just how far Northern Ireland has come in recent years. MLAs John O'Dowd and Alex Maskey sitting side by side with Ulster Unionist MP Sylvia Herman and Sir Reg MB. In his homily, Canon Liam Stevenson spoke of the many who had worked hard to build bridges and bring peace to Northern Ireland. He said the murders of P.C. Carroll and sappers Mark Quincy and Patrick Azamkar had been designed to destabilise the peace process, a peace which none of us wanted to lose.
We will not lose the peace because so many people are so determined to move forward. The people have spoken so strongly since last Sunday in many cities and towns.
The Bishop of Dromore, John McAreevy, had this message for the killers and those who support them.
You are greatly mistaken. Your way is a backward-looking way. The people of Ireland and the people of Britain have chosen a better way forward. The way of reconciliation and the way of accommodation.
And there was an emotional vow of support for Constable Carroll's widow Kate from Sir Hugh Ward.
He will not be forgotten, Kate. I promise you that. My staff, my officers will not forget what he did. I know the communities will not forget what he did. You see this room crowded, packed to the gunnels. The messages from across the world, which you'll be given, say exactly that too. This is a police family. It's a family that's immensely proud, every single one of its staff. We promise we will not forget you. Thank you.
This is a scene people in Northern Ireland had hoped they'd never see again. A police widow following her husband's coffin. After his Requiem Mass, Constable Stephen Carroll was buried with full police honours in St Patrick's Cemetery, close to his home. Niall Donnelly, UTV Live, Banbridge.
warming the earth below. And at the midday.
A simple plea: no more pain, no more suffering, no more violence. Sharon O'Neill was at this morning's vigil in Banbridge.
A town in mourning. The people of Banbridge want to send out a defiant message to the men of violence. At 10:30, shops in the centre of this town pulled down their shutters. Hundreds of people stopped what they were doing. They gathered in silence, shoulder to shoulder, in memory of Constable Carroll.
Violence always creates victims, and it is a clear message of all our community at this time that enough is enough. No more pain, no more suffering, no more violence.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
This vigil knew no age or religious bias. There was no division here, instead unity.
And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
I think it's terrible what's happened, you know, and I just hope that, you know, the trouble doesn't start up again.
I hope this tells the terrorists and people who have carried out these murders that the public of Northern Ireland are behind them and there's no support in these acts.
I think it's awful. We're living in peacetime, and I thought that, you know, we're away from the troubles, you know, and I feel so sorry for the policeman's family and the soldiers' families as well. 2 young lads, you know, all their life to live for, and what does this achieve?
We don't want to go back to the dark old days. Like, they're fighting and shooting and whatnot. There's been peace in the country this last while, and it's been absolutely great. You can go wherever you want, but those 2 young soldiers as well, sometimes I just sit down and cry.
There are difficult days ahead, and everyone here is praying Constable Carroll's murder will be the last. Sharon O'Neill, UTV Live, Banbridge.